Hey guys, Homo back again. Today I'm going to be comparing the Google Pixel 7 Pro with the iPhone 14 Pro Max, the best that Google had to offer versus the best that iPhone had to offer. First off, we'll start off with the price. The Google Pixel 7 Pro was released at $900 and the iPhone 14 Pro Max was released at $1,100. So the Pixel is 18% less. These days, after these phones have been out for at least 3 to 4 months, if you go on eBay right now, you can get the Google Pixel 7 Pro at $700, which is an additional $200 price drop from list. So overall, it is 30% less than the iPhone 14 Pro Max. And if you do a quick search on Amazon and eBay, the iPhone 14 Pro Max pretty much is still the same price. So you kind of have to ask yourself the question, is the iPhone 14 Pro Max worth 30% more than the Pixel 7? But on the other end, it also tells the story that the iPhone tends to hold better value in the long run. So it all depends if you're trying to look for the cheapest and best deal phone that you can get today, or you're looking to hold a phone for the long run and then resell it. If your goal is to resell, iPhone in general tend to have better resale value. So just keep that in mind when you're looking at prices. In terms of design, the Google Pixel 7 Pro got the metal bar in the back. It has a curved display in the back. iPhone, on the other hand, the camera block is larger than ever. Got that stovetop design, bulging eyes sticking out. I personally don't like this look, but I think you'll get used to it over time. And with the 14 Pro Max, you get the new dynamic island feature. Basically, still a giant notch, which also houses the camera and the super secure face unlock. And depending on what app you're using, you get a floating island here and there. There's extra notification, kind of a cool software feature and a neat way to utilize the extra space that it is taking up. Overall, I prefer the design of the Google Pixel 7 Pro more. The curved back in general makes it easier to hold and less effort to reach across the display. Much easier to use with one hand compared to the iPhone 14 Pro Max, which definitely can be uncomfortable to use with one hand. With that being said, the dynamic island seems a little gimmicky, yet cool at the same time. For the display, both phones comes in at 6.7 inches, although the Pixel feels a little bit smaller due to the fact that it has a curved screen. Apple finally added always on display. 10 years late to the party. They try to add the twist to it, which no one likes. People have trouble telling whether the screen is actually on due to the fact that the always on display shows everything. But later on, Apple did provide an update that makes the AOD function similar to Android. Long story short, they both have always on display. In terms of color accuracy and overall brightness, iPhone have the edge here. For cameras, these are the best cameras in smartphones. For Pixel, I would give the slight edge to Google for better photo quality, but you can go either way depending on personal preferences. And for video, iPhone have always been really good at video recording, so I'll continue to give them the edge there, even though the Pixel 7 Pro record really good videos as well. For performances, Apple have the A16 chip compared to the Tensor G2 on Google, and Apple pretty much dominate Google in this space in terms of performances, whether you like it or not. And they also offer a little bit more storage. It goes up to 1 terabyte of storage compared to Google. It caps off at 512 gigabyte. But I think if you're willing to spend that much for storage, you can always get additional cloud storage, which I think is a better value in the long run. You can use it across multiple devices. Apple dominate in the battery life field as well. Their phone typically lasts close to 14 hours compared to the Pixel 7 Pro, which typically lasts about 8 hours. And that is due to their more efficient A16 chip. So if battery life and not wanting to charge your phone often is your priority, stick with the iPhone. Pixel 7 Pro, they both have fast charging. You can just charge your Pixel 7 for like half an hour and it should last you through the rest of the day depending on usage. For software, it goes down to the long debate between ecosystem, Android versus Apple, blue bubbles versus green bubbles. So it all depends which ecosystem you prefer. In the US, a bunch of people use iPhone, so if you use an Android phone, a lot of them tend to be a little snobby and judge your green bubble instead of just switching to one platform where they can all talk to each other equally. But that is neither here nor there. Apple offers some other cool features such as ability to copy photos from the background. You can paste in the text or anywhere else. Not sure how often you really need to do this, but I do like the idea of it. And one of the best things about buying an iPhone is you get at least 5 to 6 years of software support. So once you buy into their ecosystem, you have their support for the long run. Compared to Google, you're only getting 3 years of software support with the Pixel. Technically still getting 5 years of security updates, so in that sense, the phone can last you 5 years if you wanted to. You just wouldn't be on the latest software. Google comes with a bunch of software features such as the call screen. Allows you to fight off robocalls and spam calls before you even need to pick up your phone. Clear Call allows the phone to reduce all the background noise if you're talking on the phone. I do like that Google Pixel 7 Pro offer the fingerprint sensor because there are situations where face unlock may not always be easy to use, such as having a mask on, or if you're laying down a certain way, or you're using your phone and it's super dark. So a little situation like that may take a few attempts to unlock your phone, but if you have the fingerprint sensor, it's just one tap away. Although the fingerprint sensor on the Pixel 7 Pro is not the fastest, it is still good enough. I love the recording app on the Google Pixel 7 Pro. Great transcription features. You can search your notes later on. Very useful for school and work. Pixel 7 Pro also comes with free VPN. Technically on the iPhone 14 Pro Max, you can get VPN as well if you buy the Google Storage 1TB plan, but free is still better. So overall, the Pixel 7 Pro is a better deal if you're on a budget and don't mind being on the Android ecosystem, and it can pretty much go head to head with the iPhone 14 Pro Max while costing you 36% less. iPhone 14 Pro Max is more expensive but well-rounded. They definitely hold their value in the long run, and they have a really good ecosystem if you don't mind being locked in it. Let me know which phone you guys prefer, and if you're planning on switching over to the dark side anytime soon. Please check out my last video on the Galaxy S22 review 1 year later if you haven't already. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and see you guys in the next video.